This is part 3 of the Tele build. We finished the body and we fit the neck in this video. Right, we've just done first coat of linseed oil just all round it, and you know, even after just the first coat, I think that's starting to look, you know, really good, really good. And you know, it's super simple. If you're watching this and thinking, oh, maybe I'm interested in a kit, but I don't know what I'm doing with the wood, I don't know how to finish it, it's really, I don't think it's that complicated. You know, that's just linseed oil from the Wilco's down the road. You know, any hardware shop should sell you boiled linseed oil. It's super cheap. Obviously it's all natural. I mean, obviously do something to it, boil it, but and you just get a great finish. I mean, the sides there looking great. That veneer is looking great, and this is just coat number 1. I mean, I'll hit this with, you know, 3, 4, 5 more coats on top of this, and then I can finish it in wax as well. So I don't know, I just think that's starting to look really good. All right then, this is where we are now. Neck's looking good, body's looking good. Yeah. So that body has had, don't know, umpteen coats of linseed oil. Yeah, just looks really good. Looks really good. So it's soon time to put the scratch plate on, do the electronics. Oh, let's get my shadow out of the way. So now we're going to use some finishing wax just over on top of the linseed oil on the body. Don't need to do anything with the neck anymore. That's done. Alrighty, let's get on with it. Alrighty, I think we are finished with all the body and the neck in terms of sort of preparation. So we've got a nice neck, so you see that reflecting the light nicely. That's finished with the Crimson custom guitar oil, but yeah, it doesn't feel kind of overly kind of sort of glossy, although it looks very glossy. So it's going to be a nice sort of feeling neck. Now, one cock up with the neck, I did leave the masking tape on a bit too long, so you can just see there's a bit of but the solution there, if that happens to you, is a bit of lighter fluid, which will clean up your neck a treat. So there's just one little bit there which I just need to sort of pay a bit of attention to. And these frets have been polished, but because I've had, you can see the light sort of reflecting from them, but because I've had the gooey tape on them, again I'll give them a go over with a lighter fluid, but I can give them a final sort of polish up with one of my little fret rubbers, you know, the sort of the highest grain fret rubber, just to get those real nice. So that's one neck. So I'm just going to hang that up out of the way. And then this is the body, and the body's come out real good. So just to refresh, I painted the interior of these with that sort of conductive paint stuff. Where's that? Is that to hand? No, I've tidied that away. So the three cavities have been painted. Then just finishing it with, well, say coating it many coats of linseed oil, but good old boiled linseed oil, and then I'm finishing it with a finishing wax. And you can see, I mean, you can see the light reflecting on it, both the sort of, you know, the sides and the veneer. Whoa, woly, the sides and the veneer have come up really well, and you can just see they're sort of reflecting the light nicely, but without being too kind of garishly sort of polished. Let's just look at, let's hold the look at the back there. It's really nice. It's really nice. So I've just looked at the instructions that have come with it, and they're now saying to do the fit the neck. Let's just do a quick tester. It's tight. It's tight. But that's a good thing. It is tight, crikey. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, you know. As I say, this is a relatively inexpensive kit, but you know that neck pocket is absolutely perfect. Look at that. Perfect. Right. So that's no glue, no screws. You can almost string it up. Yeah, so you know, I thought, look, you know, without looking at the instructions, I thought maybe do some of the wiring, some of the hardware here. Maybe put the scratch plate and get that sort of front pickup installed. But according to the instructions, they do say sort of to fit the neck next. Although maybe that's for the sort of the set neck guitars, like the sort of Gibson style guitars. I guess I'll follow the instructions and screw in the neck now. I suppose it makes sense because then I can do a test fitting of the bridge and then make sure the strings line up without and hopefully that's all fine. So maybe that makes sense to put the neck on. So that's the next job. I've got to be honest, this is the first time actually looking in the bag of parts. But there we go, 4 screws, a sort of a metal plate and a plastic cover. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's put the bag of parts away. This would be an opportunity now if you want to do any sort of customizing of the metal plate. Do that now. Now, the plastic will go against the wood, won't it? That makes sense. Yeah, so it's the shiny side up, plastic against the wood, and then the screw there. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's not the other way around. You wouldn't have it that way, would you? It wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, don't even need to polish that. It's nice. Now, I don't think the neck is drilled, so I'm just going to use my bradawl just to sort of make some markings on the neck, because I think I'm going to have to drill the neck. At least pilot holes. Oh, I tell a lie, it is... Oh! Whoa! It is drilled, I've forgotten that. Now, it looks like... I'm just trying, is that... There's a little thing there. Is that me? Or is that a bit of pencil? It's not focusing. Focus! Focus, camera. Do you know what? No, I think I'm looking inside those holes, and I think my bradawl tip has marked inside the holes. So I think this is all lined up. Well, one way to find out. So I've just I've just manually screwed these screws in, just so the bare tips are just poking through the other end, the sort of the neck pocket. And then I've just refitted the neck again. So the moment of truth, if I just do the diagonals, I'm not hearing any wood going. So these screws are just going in. They're just going in lovely. So obviously a bolt-on neck's, I'd probably argue, is always going to be a bit easier than a set neck because there's no gluing involved. And also, you know, if I put it on the wrong way, Can't put it on the wrong leg. And obviously if you get it wrong, you know, you can just unscrew it and do it again. So obviously the set neck, the Les Paul styling, I guess this step's a bit more critical and involve a ton of glue and clamps, so obviously that's a bit more of a complex build. But the instructions do tell you, you know, if you're doing that, you know, a set-in neck, get yourself a couple of big clamps. I guess you could, you know, you just use something from a hardware shop. I don't think you need a specialist clamp for that job. Although I'm sure Stu Mac would probably sell you a specialist clamp. These feel really kind of solid. Let's just hand tighten these. Again, I think that should be fine. That feels fantastic. Let's get this. Whoa! Throw a screwdriver at it. Let's get rid of that weight. Ooh, just holding it up. Well, look at that. That's starting to look like a pretty nice guitar. Man alive. I hope it sounds good. If it sounds awful, I'll just replace the pickups, you know, no bother. Yeah. There we go. Alright, oops. I'm looking at the neck angle. I wonder if this angle should be more, you know, sort of down. Well, I think we're gonna, future Mark's gonna find that out. Alrighty, anyway, next job.